Well, welcome back to College Football 25. I'm building the Chippewas. We'll see what happens here in year 3. All right, so our first look at recruiting here this year. We'll go any state, go quarterback. And now, obviously, even though Zach Klutz, this 5-star quarterback, the #1 quarterback in the class, is open to us, I just don't think we're really at that point yet, right? Like, we just can't be. Does that mean we're not going to add him to the board? Fuck no. We're totally going to at least offer him a scholarship and see what happens here. But we're also going to go down and add a 4-star of some sort. I did like the idea of an improviser the last time we did this. Missed out on that, but let's see here. Got another improviser. And now we're down into the 3 stars. No 4 stars that are that we are already on their board, though, unfortunately. Can you name the last player for CMU to get drafted in the 1st round? Ooh. Probably it. Well, Eric Fisher seems too obvious. I feel like there's got to be somebody else, but maybe not. All right, what are we thinking? Let's add that 4-star. Now, quarterback isn't even listed as a position of need, so we don't need to add too many in there. Oh, running back is listed as a need. I only just recently found out that Castellanos was a name in the game. Jamie Castellanos, only because somebody found a Nick Castellanos, which was quite funny. Dennis Ninkovich. Not many 4-stars gonna consider us. These are some star names right here. Evan Hack, Trey Knowles, Shaq Roseboom. My God. We'll add Knowles. Now we're down into the 3 stars. Hey, we got an awesome! Uzoma Awesome. Hey, and hey, given that he's a 3-star, we might actually have a chance here. Fullback, not a need. Here in year 3, we want Shaq. Fine, but no guarantees he makes it very far. Shaq Roseboom. I mean, hey, Knowles is a receiving back, Roseboom a power back, so we get both of those guys. Good things are going to happen. Fullback, not a need. Receiver, not listed as a need, but it's always going to be good to at least keep something going at this at the position. So where are we at? Down into the 3 stars now. All right, what are we thinking? I think a deep threat receiver. We want Lamar Chocolate. I know, we all want Lamar Chocolate. Lamar Perkins. Maybe we go with the route runner. There was a route runner down here. Ryan Hendricks. Tight end, not a need, so we're going to skip that position this year. Offensive tackle. Let's see what we can get away with here. Not many 4-stars willing to talk to us here. So let's add Boone, 304 pounds. Slightly athletic for an offensive tackle, I suppose. And then we're going to go back down into our normal 3 stars because we don't want to add too many 4 stars. Get ahead of ourselves here. Dennis Jackson, we're already 3rd on his board. That sounds like a great plan. Gotta be other ones. Terrence Smith, we're 7th on. I think that's a good chance. 6th on Clayton Tolbert. Works for me. And then... Come on, there's got to be another one. There we go. Quan Keener. Sure. Offensive guard. We got another butt, but we already signed 1 butt. We can't fill this team with nothing but butts here, so... Jaden Clayhill, sure. And then let's go down to the 3 star. Ooh, actually, hold on a second. We are already 8th on the board for Emmett Stidham. 4-star left guard out of Wisconsin. So we're going to head back up here, take Cahill off the board, then go back down into the 3 stars. And go for more of those sure thing type players. Assuming. I mean, that's not very good. We're already locked out on this guy. I don't know how we're 9th. Didn't really do anything. This isn't looking overly good. 9th on another guy. It's already locked us out. Here, I mean, we're 9th here, too. I mean, 9th is fine, I guess. We can take shots at those guys. Except, wait. That one we couldn't get. Yeah, we just need guys right now. Until we get our coach a lot more upgraded than he currently is, that's kind of just going to be the way it goes. We're already down in the 2 stars. So when it comes to offensive guard, we're going to have to go out of state, it's looking. There's really not many that are thinking about us. So let's just add a few. Schlottman here out of Ohio is not a bad type. We're actually all set when it comes to centers, but there is this 4-star athlete who is going to be a center, or an offensive lineman of some sort, that is already considering us. So, hell, we'll add him to the board. Why not? Defensive end is going to be a need. Now, going after a 4-star here is probably pretty low percentage. Looks like a tackle. Well, maybe he is. Alright, we're already down into the 3 stars. So which 4-star are we going to take a crack at? £262-pound speed rusher, Creed Ellington. We'll have enough beef on the interior that we don't need big guys out there. Let's get some agile guys like Creed here. 6'1", 262. Oh, we actually should target some 3 stars. Because if this goes the way that it has in the past, we're always going to lose out of the 4 stars pretty quickly. I mean, come on. Cut me a break here. There we go. Dextrell Branson. That's the type of guy we're looking for. Somebody from the state of Michigan. Somebody that's already considering us. And then Trent Beard. Pretty low on his board, but as soon as we give him an offer, we'll shoot up. That'll be fine. Defensive tackle listed as in need as well. Patrick Beard. Oh, wait, that's a 5-star. We ain't that good. We're only taking a shot on the 1 quarterback. And only a very select few 4-stars willing to even consider us here. Gabe Hodel has a playing time deal breaker, and that's never going to go down. So we'll add him in there. Oh, we'll get a 5-star one day. It just won't be for a little bit. So Scott Flood, that's in state, right? Out of state, but really close. And then, come on. I mean, I know this would be streamlined a lot if we just went by recommended, but I do like to look through everything. Outside linebacker, yet another need. So let's go after, once again I say, we've had some good success in the South. So Tony Savage is not a bad one to go after. 8th ranked player in the state. Okay. And now, give me some guys that are already considering Central Michigan. You'd assume there's at least one. And there it is. CJ Stokely. We'll add him. Now we're down into the 2 stars. So not that many. So let's go. Got any guys from the South here? Another one from Florida, Eric Lincoln. I'm going to add David Nix and Eric Lincoln. One from the South, one from the roundabout area. From Indiana for Nix. I hit the wrong button. Don't tell me that. Okay, thank God they're all here. Alright, well there was nobody in recommended, which is not very good news for us. Pass coverage. I do like our field general middle linebackers, so we're going to add Shane Cochran. Head down here. We'll get Bullard in here. Cleveland. Keene or Coward? Coward's a field general, so we're going to get Keene off the board. Corner, as always, going to be a massive need. Alex Mayo. We're getting there on targets, so we're going to have to be careful here. We'll add 2 corners. And this one is actually fairly promising. Already 3rd on his board in state. If we do some good work on him early, good things may happen. Only 2 targets left. Good news is free safety, not a need. Strong safety is, though. No 4 stars to talk to us, and in fact, there's no 5-star strong safeties at all. So, we'll add Russo here. And then you'd think there's another one. Junior college junior, not really what I'm after. Oh, and now we're down at a 2 stars. So I guess we're going to go after that JUCO player in state. We'll give that a go. The most fun part about building the Chippewas is always offering 35 scholarships, one by one by one. The most aggressive we've got in our recruiting board thus far, 35 scholarships offered. Now, apparently the way to do this is to scout the lower star players, see who's a boom, who's a bust. That is not going to stop me from scouting 5-star quarterback Zach Klutz here. He's a gem at a 5-star? Now, we're going to have almost no chance here at this guy, but I would certainly love to have a go. So then let's head into the 3 stars. What little there seemed to be. Oh, hey, so, well, we got 2 gems thus far. There's a bust with Clayton Tolbert. We added a good chunk of offensive tackles here, so we're just going to get him right off the board. Long as they're not busts, we keep them. If they're busts at a 3-star, nothing good can happen there. Oh, well, our offensive line selection has certainly sucked. There we go. We got a gem. Stefan Smoker. Hopefully we're able to get him. So we're going to have to focus on him pretty early. Schlottman's a butt. Man, all the offensive linemen are busts. What the hell? There we go. Hey, well, we got more gems on the board here than a year ago. Now defensive tackles are busting, too. What the fuck? Okay, that's fine. Kind of about 50-50 on bus. Okay, now this is going bad. It was going so well. And then every fucking defensive player we're scouting is a bust. What the hell? We sure the fuck didn't. We do not want to be playing against a team like Miami just yet. You know what? Let's schedule one of the FCS teams. Let's schedule the Pandas against us this time. New Mexico State was a 5-7 team last year. Wyoming, I want to say we played last year. We want to make bowl games until we get our coach upgraded. That's pretty much the plan. So we're going to schedule accordingly. Georgia Southern. Now, that's a little bit dangerous, but... hell, let's schedule nothing but non-conference home games. That's Central Michigan. Alright, so now this will be a big week. Now, we are up against some big-time competition here when it comes to Zach Klutz, and this feels like wasting points for sure. So we're just going to do what we can do right now, because Lord knows we're not going to be able to recruit for a couple weeks. We'll hope for the best when it comes to Zach Klutz, but know that we're probably not going to get him. Let's focus in on Roseboom a little bit. He's already got offers from Texas. Oklahoma State. That's not exactly ideal. Only allowed to spend 50 points on him right now, so we'll just send the house. We'll do what we can. We get sniped at the end. We get sniped at the end. I don't even know if we're going to make it that far up his board to start with, but it's, of course, worth a shot. There's going to be plenty of 3 stars that we can grab here throughout the year. So right now, let me try and do what we can on the 4 stars. Cochran, we can actually spend 65 points on, so we're going to do that right away. Much more aggressive recruiting strategy than we've done in the past. Like I said, we might miss out on some of the 3s. Not super worried. Now, we can only spend 20 hours on Terry McNabb, so what we'll do... let's go find somebody we're close here with a couple of different MAC teams, so that's not exactly great. I'm going to spend 10 there on Jackson. And then... I actually didn't spend any points on Stidham. I don't want to spend the... no, we can actually spend the 10, because then we can... spend the 5, spend the 50, get our maximum amount of points there. All right. Season opening win against Georgia Southern. 31-17 win. That's good. Fairly weak non-conference. We knew that. But I'm hoping that that's going to get us 3, maybe even 4 wins by the time we even start MAC play. Because, like I said, the goal is just to make a bowl game right now. Okay. So, I'm sorry, Charlotte. I wasn't familiar with your game. They beat us by 10. Now we got New Mexico State, which was the game I thought was going to be the hardest on this non-conference schedule before we face off against the UGF Pandas. So we'll see how this goes. They are 0-2, though, so maybe we got a good chance. Oh, hey, we can recruit. But how much? Good bit. Now, the only problem I see here is that we just can't do anything else with them. And we're not getting coach points right now. We haven't gotten any throughout the first couple weeks of the season. Gonna need to get that going and hopefully increase. I don't remember what the last step on that first tier for recruiting is. What it does, I think it just increases maybe starting interest. I can sway him. I don't think I can. Yeah, we can't sway him because we've already spent the maximum amount of hours that we can spend on him. We're at 65 of 65. So that's pretty much it. And I don't even think we can schedule a visit. I mean, with who we have on our schedule, not really. So we're just going to have to hope for the best for the moment. I don't know if I like our chances all that much. I mean, we're talking about the #1 quarterback of the class. So the fact that we are even at the top of his board right now is crazy. Locked out on McNabb. Didn't even make his top 9. Well, our quarterback hopes are firmly in the hands of Zach Klutz. So let's go and spend the good old trusty 15 hours on some of the guys that we haven't touched yet. So the 3 stars. Keeps our options open for later. And allows us to hit a good chunk of the players that we haven't been able to really go after yet. Now, if he stays uncommitted all the way to the very end, then we can do that all over again. But something tells me that's not going to happen. We're locked out on a good bunch of these guys. But for right now... You know what? We can. Well, let's go back to the prospect list. Let's add more right now. Just in recommended here. So we'll go Tolbert, Stokely. Don't want anything lower than a 3-star. There's a quarterback. Devin Angerer. Sure. I only want to add 6 right now. So 3 more. Outside linebacker, corner. Wait, no, not the outside linebacker. That's a 2-star. That's another quarterback. Defensive tackle, tight end. I think that puts us right where we want to be. Oh, wait, well, so we already scouted some of these guys. We know they're busts, but once again, we're Central Michigan. We need bodies. And the fact that we already got locked out by so many players we tried to go after early in the season tells me we might need to do this. Well, we certainly like losing by 10 this season, don't we? We lost by 10 points to Charlotte. We lost by 10 to New Mexico State. Now we've got FCS Southeast to end non-conference play. Yeah, that was kind of what I was worried about. Look at that on Zach Klutz. Georgia's all over him. The fact that we're even in the top 5 is absolutely fucking crazy. It was a fever dream from the very beginning, let's be honest. Only 30 hours, and we're nowhere close when it comes to Uzoma Awesome, so just do something on him. Only leaves us with 5 hours, so who can we spend 5 on? 31-10 win over FCS Southeast. The fact that we allowed 10 points to FCS Southeast with an 85 overall defense is a little concerning. But, I don't know. Who knows? Got a bye week before we start MAC play. Wait, what? For whatever reason, we have jumped Georgia again and are now leading on Zach Klutz. It's just, who knows? I mean, it's pretty much just up to fate at this point. My hopes are relatively low, but just imagine what a program turnaround that could be to get a quarterback of the #1 player at his position in the class. That'd be actually insane. We're not going to be able to do anything here on Trey Knowles, unfortunately. Deal breaker on the championship contender. And we're not going to make his top 8, so that's not going to happen. We got a deal breaker here on Boone. Leading there. Deal breaker here. We got deal breakers all over the fucking place. Locked out on Stingley, and that's not going to change. Locked out here on Ellington. Locked out on Hodel. Lockdown on Lincoln. We lost one commit to Georgia. He ain't decommitting just to come to CMU. Locked out down here. We got a deal breaker here. This guy's going to MSU. Things have gone so bad, and I didn't even realize. So, we didn't do anything here on Clayton Tolbert. We can spend, let's go 35 hours on Tolbert. 35 on Stokely. 35 on Angerer. And then who do we really... Let's go after Grimes, because we know he's... Well, we don't really know he's not a bust, but we don't not know that he's not a bust. Well, we start MAC play with a 20-13 win. Not being able to recruit and having Zach Klutz commit to Georgia does suck, but want to know in the MAC. Let's be honest, that's where our expectations should be right now. Just try and get to the conference title game. I'm going to leave Klutz on the board here. Roseboom goes to Texas. Ouch. Hendricks to South Carolina. Deal breaker on Boone. He's got offers from Penn State. Let's keep our expectations back. Let's get our expectations, rather, back down to right around where they should be. I'm going to leave Alex Mayo on the board just in case this comes around if we go on a little bit of a winning streak. 195 hours. We haven't done a single thing on Rich Bloom yet. Neither has really anybody else. So, the trusty 15. Nice new Lions hat. Well, I said I went down to, I went downstate with 3 hats. I came back with 8. Looked all over the lid store because it was fucking buy one, get one 50% off, and this is what I wound up with. The Michigan hat I wore the other day, that was the one I went in there and I was like, yep, I need that. It is a nice new Lions hat, though, because now that they brought back the black jerseys, I have a reason to wear this. Haven't done anything on Scott Flood. He's got a maximum of 50 hours right now, so 15. Let's go spend 5 here and head back to the damn prospect list because we're down to 17 targets right now. Gone, and we actually, realistically, what about Cantrell here? I'm going to leave Cantrell just in case things turn around when it comes to that. Do have the 1 target in Devin Angerer at quarterback. That's going to be okay. We're leading on awesome. Castellanos is still open. Playing time deal breaker. That shouldn't go in the wrong direction. So sure, we'll add him to the board. A couple of 3-star receivers that we're 6th on right now. Still very early in their stage. We'll add them. Did this just now happen?
Through 3 and 4 for the final time. There's the contact. He does get to him. The 11 on the inside. He gets into the ball. Dylan's gonna win it at the line. Ow.
All right. I need to like mute the audio on this. I don't know if that's even possible.
You know the value. Oh, he's got the winning net down, pushing the pace car. All right.
Viewing.
You know
okay.
Value.
So that didn't go overly well. Dylan got disqualified for that? I mean, that's absolute chaos, though, at the very end. Like... I mean, you can do the bump and run move on somebody, turn 4, final lap, whatever. It looked like he fucking left rear Denny on that, too. So that's not good. Hard hit for Denny on that. And I'm not even the biggest Denny Hamlin fan, but good lord. But I'm really not an Austin Dillon fan by any stretch of the imagination. A 3-star here, but we got a deal breaker with him. Oh, we already gave him an offer. Or a 4-star, rather. We're still only at 26 targets, which isn't really ideal. So we're going to add a good chunk of safeties here. Let's be honest, it's the position at the very end of the list, and we always kind of forget about it sometimes. Oh God, what else happened? Let's try and find the best one that we can, which is apparently scrolling to the bottom of the list, the way we have it sorted. Earl Felix, sure. Kickers. Actually, let's just sort by stars when it comes to the kickers. Alexander Foster. That works. So let's go add some, or offer rather, some scholarships to the guys that we just added. See what we have left over at the end. Hey, that's smart on Austin Dillon's part. Hold the baby in the hand so nobody can fucking lose their shit on me. I don't know, that's one thing. What happens in turn 4 is one thing, but then you look into everything else, it's like, oh my God. Castellanos was that 4-star, so let's get some action in on him. We lose some of these other ones, so be it. And I mean, these are the top-ranked kickers and punters in the class, so let's head in here. Who knows? Could be real difference makers for us, even though I highly doubt it. 4 points to spend on somebody else, or 40 points to spend on others. You know what? Let's do this in the smartest way possible. We'll go 10 on our biggest positions of need. Ooh, well, this is promising. MAC Offensive Player of the Week. We don't get too many of those. Jordan Kelly, 7 catches, 155 yards, 3 touchdowns. Holy. And a win. Wow. Both the offense and the defense are rarely clicking at this sort of rate, especially when we get to MAC play. That these games just turn into absolute debacles. We are 4-2, heading into a game against also 4-2 Ohio. Pretty low amount of hours this week, so we're gonna have to use them wisely. And I don't really know if Jose Ruggs is very wise. We are in the... Oh, fuck. We got the deal breaker with Mayo. We're in the top 3. We got that deal breaker. Hopefully, he hangs on for a little while, but I don't suppose it's going to be too long. We have a C+ grade for championship contender. We need a B-. We're so damn close. Maybe we win next week and get there, although I really highly doubt it. Could spend some points on Tolbert, even though that was a bust. It's probably not the smartest thing in the world to do. Let's go spend 15 here. 15 here. Pretty much 15 on all the guys that we didn't last time around. And hope we're close enough to at least crack their top 5, top 3. Pretty close. Only 2 players that we weren't able to do anything with. But the good news is they're strong safeties, and we got a bunch of those on this board. CMU suffers their first MAC loss of the season to drop to 5-2, 31-23. Ohio. The Ohio Bobcats improved to 5-2. Now we move on to Buffalo, who's sub 500 right now. I don't know what it is about the start of MAC play. We seem to always get off to a good start, win the first 1, win the first 2 maybe. But then it kind of falls apart, and that's just what we can't afford. So a win against Buffalo here, get 1 game away from bowl eligibility is, it could be just massive for us. Well, only 80 hours to spend. Mayo to Ole Miss, we ain't going to compete with that. Tolbert, I mean, he's a 3-star. They're a dime a dozen. And he was a bust in the first place, so. Still got the deal breaker with Cantrell. Scott Flood goes to Purdue. We're only just barely on the board for Jamie Castellanos. I don't know. We'll just try something, even though this kind of screws us for the future on that. Because where were we at now? We're 6, so we gotta do something if we want to have any chance. Let's go touch these couple that we haven't done anything on yet. See where that leaves us. Leaves us with 25. Let's find a player that we can spend 65 hours on. Like a Paul Russo. Oh, wait, no. Nope, he's only a 50-hour guy. Like an Alex Cleland. That doesn't work either. My dumbass ain't mathing. That might be the highest point total I've seen the Central Michigan Chippewas score since we've taken over, outside of, I think, that first game against FCS Midwest. 45-26. The defense, not their best game. But, the offense seems to just be clicking, and which is a surprise because I'm correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we lost in overall on offense this season. 4 games left to go in the regular season. Bowling Green, same record as us. Ball State at 4-4. Kent State at 4-4, and Eastern Michigan at 3-5. Ooh, we're actually really close here with Dennis Jackson, and I mean, I feel like there's like one offensive tackle left on our board from the very beginning. Only 15 hours, though. You are killing me. Oh, shit. Okay. Well, where's the best place that we're going to be able to spend these? Maybe on the guys. I mean, I don't think there's going to be that many that we're going to have that 5-hour option on. Not going to stop us from trying, though. Just to do something. Well, hello! We have gotten our first commit of year 3. And for the first time here in building the Chippewas, we've got an awesome on the team. Uzoma Awesome out of Lynchburg, Virginia. 3-star running back. Well, we lose by 6 to Bowling Green. They improved to 6-3. Our road to the MAC title game is not looking very good. Some chaos would have to ensue here in these final 3 games. And we'd pretty much have to win out, which Lord knows we won't do. But we're still looking good for bowl eligibility here this season. 80 hours to spend this week, so a little bit better. And we're actually leading on Jamie Castellanos, which is a little bit of a surprise. That's the thing. No, of course he wouldn't care. Kyle Busch is, honestly, even a more tame version of what Dale was at times. All right, David Nix. That was a bust. Let's not spend too much on him. Let's start getting smart about this. Got locked out on Sexton. Locked out on Knox. Locked out on Cantrell. Let's go in here and focus on Juan Queen. A little bit. Leaves us 50. Could kind of force the issue on Chavis a little bit. Spend 25 there. And then 25 on David Nix, even though I know he's a bust. All right, it's a close win, a 3-point win. But here in Week 11, the Central Michigan Chippewas have indeed secured bowl eligibility at 6-4. We're third in the MAC somehow. I would assume we're third to Bowling Green in Ohio. So we're not looking great. Bowling Green is 4-2 in the conference. We are also 4-2. So we're gonna have to win out and hope that they stumble along the way to get to the MAC title game, assuming that nobody else comes in and snipes us that beat us earlier in the year. Yep, it's the teams we thought, Ohio and Bowling Green. The good news for us is that Kent State, who is a team that we beat already, is the team behind us. We didn't play Akron. I do believe we beat Ball State. And I think we beat Toledo as well. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But, no, we're actually looking all right now. We just need Bowling Green to slip up. And even then, I mean, I know they're 7-3, we're 6-4, but we're looking at a conference record. That's where we need them to slip up here in one of these final 2 games. Only 40 hours this week. Let's just get Jose Ruggs right off the board, committed to MSU. We'll fill the board up again at some point. Cantrell's still got us locked out. The playing style really isn't getting any better. We still lead on Castellanos. Spent all those points on Nix just for it not to make that big of a difference. Well, this actually seems like a fairly good week. No, I lied. It does not seem like a good week to add some more prospects to the board. Let's go after this Dennis Jackson here. Oh, God, we hadn't even played Kent State yet. That's how out of it I was, I guess. We got hammered. That's really the only time this year that's happened. We stink. And yet our defense is up to an 86 overall. They should be playing better than they have all year. And we get pounded by Kent State. That's pretty much going to end the dreams of a MAC title. 55 hours. Dennis Jackson goes to Eastern. It's unfortunate. Leading on a bunch of these guys. Parker Russo. Not a lot we can do, but we can try and do something. 30 hours. Actually, really close on David Nix with Purdue, but there's nothing else we can do. Add Spencer Locke here with those 25 hours, and then head to the prospect list and just offer somebody a scholarship with those final 5 hours. Raheem Fusco. Oh, that's a quarterback. Oh, well. It's fine. Everything's fine. A really rough end of the season for CMU. I don't know what happened to the offense, but we just died. The 45-21 loss to Kent State was one thing, but then a 35-19 loss to 4-8 Eastern. We were their 4th win. 86 overall defense. We certainly didn't play like it, but I guess that's Maction. Only 45 hours here. Where's going to be the best place to use them? Potentially here on Grimes, at least for some of them. And then Castellanos, actually, we're going to be able to soft sell him, force the issue there. Now, the only problem is we only know 2 interests, so we're going to have to kind of guess when it comes to the last one. I mean, pro potential is not great. Championship contenders. I mean, I don't know if we're going to find a good grade for us here that hits both of those 2 interests. So we're just going to have to hope for the playing time. Even the brand exposure grade's terrible. Well, in a week we didn't recruit. Alex Cleland out of Cincinnati, Ohio, middle linebacker, has committed to CMU. That's good. After year 1, I was really wondering if they messed with the way recruiting worked because we weren't getting in-season commits. Well, now that we're into year 2, year 3, through year 3 essentially, we're starting to get a few because we're able to spend some more hours. 2026 Heisman winner is Gunnar Stockton, senior quarterback out of Georgia. 4,000 yards, 49 touchdowns, 11 interceptions is pretty high for a Heisman winner, but overall, very, very good season. Oh, man. Well, we might just have a winnable bowl game. We're heading to the Camellia Bowl to play Florida Atlantic. Well, we'll see what happens here. I think we got a chance.